day, we are affected by influence. It consumes the way in which we think and act and comes in many different forms. We are often influenced by those we surround ourselves with. Renowned psychologist Robert Cialdini came up with a theory called social proof to describe how we are influenced by our peers. Social proof, in its definition, is a psychological phenomenon where people assume the actions of others in an attempt to reflect correct behavior in a given situation. Our friends, family, peers, and the rest of society decide what is acceptable to say and to wear. They tell us how to behave, how to react, and how to love. Following their actions, we quickly learn things like what fashion is in, what music is hot, and what is not. From a young age, family influences us to grow into the person they've always wished for us to be. When we were young, family was our main source of influence. Rules like curfews, sharing, and behaving well with others flooded our minds and have shaped us into the people we are today. This family influence is still relevant as we grow old. How can I make my family proud and live up to their expectations? Expectations themselves are a huge influence on us. Expectations of teachers, bosses, co-workers, and customers. Appeasing others has always been at the forefront of our actions. Society shapes the values we live by and the motivations we strive towards. Past this stage, our biggest influencing critic in these matters is ourselves. How do we uphold and stay consistent with these values and motivations? These thoughts drive through our minds each day to influence our every behavior without us even knowing it. I'm interested in the topic of influence mainly because of its relevance to my marketing major and its role in advertising. Since the inception of advertising, marketers have used drivers of influence to persuade us to use their brand and products. Marketing follows us everywhere we go. Full-page ads in newspapers with our morning coffee, huge billboards catching our eye on the way to work, sneaky banner ads popping up on websites of products we've searched for or shown an interest in, suggested posts on social media of that shoe you just added to your cart but never bought, and television commercials shouting in our face of a product we've seen 1,000,000 times when all we want to do is watch our favorite shows. The list goes on and on. Businesses use market research to segment consumers and figure out things like who or what we associate with, what we like, and what we fear in order to maximize their influence on us. And a lot of times, they work. Though not as much as they used to. Consumers have learned to tune them out like white noise. It seems like marketing has always been a one-sided game. Only one party can benefit from these ads, and it's the businesses. It's almost as if they're manipulating us to buy their product or service. As a marketing major, this idea of borderline manipulation has been my biggest bother with my chosen career path. But what if marketing didn't have to only benefit the business? What if it could help boost the local economy and profits of the business, while at the same time improving the lives of the residing society and environment? I didn't think this way until I traveled abroad in Berlin, Germany, and interned at a company called Germany Trade and Invest. This is where I learned of the concept of location marketing. And I'm not talking about using the location of your phone to better target ads relevant to your location onto your screen. The mission of this company was to better market Germany as an attractive location for investors to start, relocate, or expand their business. This same concept can be applied to any country, region, city, or town around the globe. I can use what I've learned in marketing to influence consumers to travel local, shop local, and help preserve the local environment, ultimately providing a better place to live. In this case, marketing is no longer a one-sided game. Influences in our lives can be both good and bad, especially in advertising. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference because they're so prevalent in our lives. Influence is such a powerful tool that it's important to understand what influences us and why. If we're not mindful of our influences, they can take control over us in ways we never expected. I hope one day we can see the difference between good and bad influences. As the old saying goes, take what you need and leave the rest.